Welcome to Hypnosis Today, the nation's first web TV talk show that explores the fascinating world of hypnotherapy. Hello, my name is Lisa Mackenberg, and I'll be your host, covering a wide variety of subjects to help you understand the power of the subconscious mind and how hypnosis is being used today to help people achieve success, happiness, and prosperity. Well, today I have two very special guests. First, I'd like to introduce my guest, Trish, and let me make sure I pronounce this right, Ostrowski. And Trish is an honors graduate of HMI College of Hypnotherapy. She has her private practice both in Tarzana and Toluca Lake. And she is the co-author of some of the books in the Gratitude book project. And this is my favorite one, The Best of Pets. And she has with her today her very special guest and client, and this is Mark. Now, Mark came in to see Trish for sports performance, specifically improving his tennis game. Please help me welcome my guests. Well, Mark, I'm going to start with you. Why did you want to improve your tennis game? Are you a tennis pro?
No, I am a park hack.
I like it.
And I figured if it's good enough for Roger Federer to have, mental therapists to help him with his game as well as physical therapists, I thought I would give it a try.
So when you're looking for a mental therapist, what made you think of seeing a hypnotherapist?
Well, actually, I had met her, and we talked about different things, and they talked about sports psychology, and I thought I would give it a try. I was open to it, and turned out very well.
So was it your meeting a hypnotherapist that got you interested in hypnotherapy, or you were just in hypnotherapy first and then came and found Trish?
No, I was not in hypnotherapy, but I do believe that there's some good to be done, and if you're open to it. I mean, if you're not open to it, you're not open to it. So
that's true.
So after talking with her and finding out, hey, I thought I'd give it a try.
So from one park hack to another, can you tell me, what did you want to improve about your tennis game?
Well, I really just wanted to improve my game, but I really part of the problem is that I really didn't know how or what I wanted to do. She kind of gave it structure, and I the way I use it is she kind of defragged the game. There's so many elements to the game of, top spin, brush up, you got to follow through, you got to turn your, it's like a golf swing where if you start thinking about it, the whole thing just goes crazy.
Absolutely. So you must be a tennis pro if you're able to do sports hypnosis in tennis.
Lisa, I'm not. I've played a little bit of tennis, but I haven't played in years. I did do some coaching in sports before, and that helps me too with sports clients, but I feel any hypnotherapist can, with some techniques, can be a very valuable resource to people that want to improve their game, no matter what it is.
Even if we're not familiar with the game ourselves, even if we don't actively play the game ourselves.
Right.
So with that in mind, what kind of an induction did you use for Mark?
I used the staircase induction with Mark. I just gradually brought him down, and then in the session itself, we worked on focus and just relaxing and slowing the game down too a little bit.
Now, what was it like to actually slow the game down for you in hypnosis?
Well, it was. It really kind of brought into focus and it narrowed it down to where there was no distractions, and I don't know the mechanics of the hypnotherapy. I just know that for me it just uncomplicated it. Something that I've been playing for years and years and years.
Yes.
And so that's what it did.
And you know the mechanics of cars because you are a mechanic, but you know the mechanics of hypnotherapy. Can you teach us, when we work with our athletes, how to slow it down?
Yes. Liz, I read about Ted Williams, that he was the last 400 hitter in baseball, and by his focus, he was able to slow the pitch down to notice little things like even the signature on the ball. I did something similar with Mark in the hypnotic process, just noting things about the ball, the color, where the lines are, and just develop a greater focus on the ball, and reminded him to simply slow the game down, and it allowed him to concentrate on that ball. I feel that was very helpful to him.
Yes. Where were some of the deficits in tennis besides getting distracted? Was there a part of your game that you wanted to improve?
I just wanted to get more consistency and also have less distractions, because when you're playing, especially in league tennis, You'll have balls coming on the court. You'll have maybe other people arguing about line calls. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on. And one of the things I noticed after that is that I was playing tennis with a partner that everything was driving him nuts around us, and it was like he's doing everything except focusing on tennis.
Yes.
And
did you ever get hung up on the last point mentally?
yeah, oh yes, not originally, sure.
Yes.
You know, but I just learned to move on.
So I want to hear about this, because sometimes, even when I'm playing the current point, well, my body's playing the current point, but my mind's replaying the last point. Can you speak to that?
Oh, sure. I helped Mark visualize more, and in addition, I provided an anchor for him as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the tennis racket is simply sort of an extension of your hand. So what we did, we used a simple gesture of thumbs up, sort of telling yourself it's okay. If that last play didn't go right, just forget about it and move on. Thumbs up, focusing on that thumb and placing it back down and just touching the racket again as an anchor, and then you're once again focused on the next play.
I love that. So, did your partner notice when he was focusing on everything except for the current point and the next point, and you were completely present in the present?
You know, I had played with one particular partner and some other partners, and it was interesting that that they had commented on how well I was playing, and I was kind of helping them too. You know, your partner they get angry, they get upset. You need to help them, you know, move on and play the next point. Now we all know about these types of things. You can read about it and talk about it, but to have it figure out how to apply it was really what I enjoyed about the therapy, to actually just do it.
Can you describe what hypnosis felt like for you?
Well, it was calming and relaxing, and you know, I didn't know what to expect the first time, but I was open to it. So it was just really calm, peaceful, and it was very comfortable.
Well, there's a lot of athletes, a lot of people who want to move from this level to the next level in every aspect. What would you say to someone who might be afraid to see a hypnotherapist?
Well, no, I'm unaware of any duck quacking or anything like that. You know, so,
yes.
I think it's like anything else. If you're not open to these types of possibilities, and you put up a wall, I mean, you're going to have really those types of problems in all parts of your life. So.
Yeah, now this is kind of an interesting and different question, because right now, you know, the focus of our show today is hypnosis in tennis and sports performance. But I want to know, Mark, did any of the techniques or skills you learned to improve your tennis game, did any of them leach in to other areas of your life?
A little bit. You know, being a business owner, you know, it can be hectic, and sometimes, you know, you have to. There was more times where I was a little more calm and more relaxed about what was going on in the hectic day of running a business.
So not getting distracted and not being suggestible to other people's negativity, because I'm sure in your own business, you have partners, you have customers, you have coworkers, so you apply those same kind of skills that you learned on the tennis court.
Yep.
Do you think that you'd ever use hypnotherapy for anything else?
Yeah, probably. Not probably. Yes, I would.
What kind of things?
Well, you know, all matters. These were, you know, typical things. You know, whether it's a relationship. You know, I've been married 28 years.
Oh, wow.
To the same one.
Wow, that's not a combination of three or six.
Yeah. So,
good.
You know, there's elements that can always be used in those types of things.
Everyone wants to know the answer to this question. We want to know results. Tell me about your game in the league. Let's call it in the league. Before you worked with Trish, and then now.
Well, I played much better. I was much more consistent, and I was much more relaxed, and I had a lot more fun.
I like it. You had a lot more fun. Now, do you ever play mixed doubles with that wife of yours?
Yes.
How is it playing mixed doubles with your wife? We don't have any tisking of the tongue and eye rolling now, do we?
She's she's actually a better player than I am, and she's very, very smart. She takes liberties because I'm her husband, where I'll miss a shot and she can take a liberty and go, I can't believe you missed that, where you would never do that with someone that's not your spouse. But I think it's the dynamics of being married.
But with your wife on the tennis court and off, are you still having more fun since you've been to visit Trish?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it. So what would you say, Trish, to hypnotherapists who are maybe afraid to try sports performance because that hypnotherapist is not a grand athlete, him or herself?
Well, you know, life is a game itself, Lisa, and I think that there's certain principles that you learn on your own, and then with your hypnotic instruction, you can apply that to any game. It might help a little bit to know a few of the terms to help in the visualization, but that's the easy part. It's taking the principles and using them and getting the client to focus and visualize and recover. The pros learn to recover and let things go. And I helped Mark just sort of let things go so he wasn't upset about a play, and that was very helpful.
Well, it seems that we're out of time right now. But first, I'd like to thank my very special guest, Trish Ostrowski. And everyone's going to want to know about how to incorporate sports performance into his or her hypnotherapy practice. I bet there's even some athletes who are watching who'd like to come in to see you to learn not only how to slow down that ball, but how to recover. And you can reach Trish Ostrowski at hmigrads.com. I'd also like to thank her client, my other guest, Mark. We are going to take that short break now, but please stay tuned. But when we come back, we're going to meet another HMI grad and his client who came to see him for free-floating anxiety. Stay tuned.
I thought I would give it a try.
So when you're looking for a mental therapist, what made you think of seeing a hypnotherapist?
Well, actually, I had met hers, and we talked about different things, and they talked about sports psychology. And I thought I would give it a try. I was open to it, and turned out very well.
So was it your meeting a hypnotherapist that got you interested in hypnotherapy, or you were just Welcome to Hypnosis Today, the nation's first web TV talk show that explores the fascinating world of hypnotherapy. Hello, my name is Lisa Mack. Welcome my guests. Well, Mark, I'm going to start with you. Why did you want to improve your tennis game? Are you a tennis pro?
No, I am a park hack.
I like it.
And I figured if it's good enough for Roger Federer to have, you know, mental therapists to help him with his game as well as physical therapists.
And I'll be your host, covering a wide variety of subjects to help you understand the power of the subconscious mind and how hypnosis is being used today to help people achieve success, happiness, and prosperity. Well, today I have two very special guests. First, I'd like to introduce my guest, Trish, and let me make sure I pronounce this right, Ostrowski. And Trish is an honors graduate of HMI College of Hypnotherapy. She has her private practice both in Tarzana and Toluca Lake. And she is the co-author of some of the books in the Gratitude book project. And this is my favorite one, The Best of Pets. And she has with her today her very special guest and client, and this is Mark. Now, Mark came in to see Trish for sports performance, specifically improving his tennis game. Please help me welcome.